Marvel news has been on a lull lately, considering we are only getting one film this year with Deadpool and Wolverine. But after this, we can look forward to Captain America Brave New World, which has had recent reshoots. But these reshoots actually sound to be additional facets to the film that improve it, something that's pretty rare to hear for reshoots. One of those is Giancarlo Esposito's characters being introduced, but the other, which we'll be discussing in this video, is Wong creating a new Avengers team. Now, I doubt this will be the film where we'll see this team face off against a villain together, but it does give us an answer at who we'll see unite this team, and eventually we'll see this team in Avengers 5. So, who will Wong bring on to his team? Welcome to Big Flick Energy, and let's get into it. For starters, this Avengers team doesn't mean these are the only characters we'll see in Avengers 5. Especially considering we recently found out the film is planning on bringing in around 60 characters we had seen before into this team. Because I think we can take out all the young Avengers from joining this team. So Ms. Marvel, Kate Bishop, America Chavez, Black Panther, Scar, Stature, Patriot, Ironheart, Love, and Axel won't be on there. We can say the same for some of the Guardians of the Galaxy characters and the Thunderbolts as well. So no Rocket, Groot, Adam Warlock, Kraglin, Phyla-Vell, Cosmo, Winter Soldier, Red Guardian, Yelena, US Agent, or Taskmaster. So those characters alongside the Eternals are set with their teams and won't be on this team. So now instead of talking about who won't, let's talk about who will. I would say this team can have around 10 members and want to start with the surefire members first. So that means Wong, since he's making the team, and Captain America, since the team will be introduced in that film, so it only makes sense. Now, for the very likely team members, it's characters that have recently interacted with Wong, so Shang-Chi in the film Shang-Chi, Captain Marvel in Shang-Chi, Hulk in Shang-Chi, and She-Hulk in She-Hulk. That leaves max 4 spots for this team, and I think there are a lot of good options for these roster spots, like Hawkeye, Star-Lord, Ant-Man, Wasp, War Machine, Thor, Spider-Man, and Vision. First, Hawkeye. I don't think he comes back here. He's retired and they shouldn't repeat his coming out of retirement story. Next, Star-Lord is an interesting choice since he's actually on Earth now. Next, Ant-Man makes a lot of sense for this role, and I would say the same for Wasp, but the actress Evangeline Lilly is taking a break from acting, so I don't see her coming back until later on. War Machine would be a great choice to play the role of, at least from a power standpoint, the Iron Man of this team. Thor makes sense given he's been on this team since the first Avengers film. And then Spider-Man would be a lot of fun on this team, but I'm hoping they mold him more into a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man instead of an Avengers Spider-Man. So I hope they'll hold him off from being part of this team. And if you want to see what I really hope that they do with the next Spider-Man trilogy, I created a video on that and I recommend you guys all watch it. And then lastly, Vision could be on this team, partially just because we haven't seen him in such a long time. It makes sense to bring him back for Avengers. But the only problem with him is if Wong knew where Vision was, that would have been a great strategy to get Wanda to stop attacking them in Doctor Strange. So I don't see Vision on this team. So who from these 4 will be on the team? I'll say War Machine, Ant-Man, Thor, and none of the others I mentioned. Instead, there are 2 wildcards that can join in with Abomination and Gaia. These are 2 characters that are very random picks for this team, but hear me out. So Abomination makes a lot of sense because he's befriended Wong. But if this team is already going to have Hulk and She-Hulk on it, having a 3rd Gamma character is just way too repetitive. So instead, I would say you have Abomination just stay with the rest of the sorcerers, and he's going to be the main protector while Wong is out fighting with the Avengers. Where Wong will have to say Doctor Strange is gone, as we saw at the end of Doctor Strange 2, and now he's going to be gone because he's helping the Avengers fight. So he's going to need somebody to help run everything back home. So Abomination can help take care of it and can help protect Kamar-Taj. Instead, the character that I think would be a great final addition to this team is in bringing in a character who is apparently now the strongest MCU character in Gaia, which makes a lot of sense as a recruit, especially given her relationship to two of the team's characters in Captain Marvel and War Machine. The problem with Marvel recently has been, well, they have a lot of problems recently, but one of the biggest problems with them is they've introduced so many characters that nobody knows where they're going to show up next. And I feel like Gaia is one of those characters that nobody knows what her next appearance is going to be. But if you just add her into this team, I think that would be a very smart strategy where you introduce another interesting character. I know Marvel is trying to push having more female characters on their big teams, so she's one that personally I do find pretty interesting. I liked her character in Secret Invasion. So you bring her into this team, I think that would be pretty cool to see. So with that, we'll have a team of Wong, Shang-Chi, Captain Marvel, Hulk, She-Hulk, Gaia, Captain America, Ant-Man, War Machine, and Thor. It's a team with enough of a legacy to gain attraction from fans, and has characters that have all shown up since the end of the Infinity Saga. Personally, I'd love to see this team. Obviously, it's not the original Avengers squad, but I would love to see this team and think this could be a winner if everything goes well with Avengers 5 and the lead up to that film. So, will this team show up in Avengers 5, or do you think it'll be smaller, bigger, or just different? Let me know down in the comment section below if you guys think that they do have a good plan moving forward, but especially let's talk about this Avengers 5 team. So, thanks for watching this video, and see you all next time on Big Flick Energy.